Welcome to Dashing Dish. Feeding my family with some picky eaters is definitely a challenge sometimes, but I'm going to show you some of our family's go-to favorites that even the pickiest eaters will love. Our family go-to favorite menu includes no-bake peanut butter balls made with wholesome ingredients and just 5 simple steps. 30-minute ground beef taco bake, bringing all the flavors of tacos into one easy dish. Easy Peasy Chicken Alfredo, a comforting classic made healthy. And 5-ingredient cut-out sugar cookies, the perfect kitchen activity for little hands. I'm Katie Farrell. Today I'm whipping up some of my family's go-to favorites that are made wholesome and delicious. Well, today we're talking about our family's favorite foods, and Maddie is here with me today. Can you say hi, Maddie?
Hi.
And she's gonna help me make one of her favorites, well, your brother too, one of both your and Ollie's favorite breakfast foods. So we're gonna make a no-bake peanut butter chip protein ball. Does that sound good? Yep, you sure love these, don't you? For this recipe, you'll need 1½ cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sweetener, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of oat flour, 1 cup of peanut flour, 1/4 cup chocolate chips, and 1/2 cup of water. So we're gonna start with some oat flour and peanut flour and some sweetener. Maddie, you can add these to the bowl, okay? And what I like about oat flour is it really is just like whole grain oats. So if you like oatmeal for breakfast and you're used to just eating a bowl of oatmeal, it's basically just that, but ground into a flour. And you can even make it right at home, just grinding your oats in a blender. And then peanut flour adds some protein. So what I like about the blend of the peanut flour and the oats is you have a whole grain with some fiber and some protein with the peanut flour that really carries you through your day. So it helps you stay well satisfied. And then we got our sweetener in there. We're gonna add some peanut butter. You gonna help me with that? You wanna hold it? Okay, you wanna scoop it in? I'll scoop it, how about that? And Maddie, what is your favorite part of the day when you think about your day?
I hug you in the morning.
Mm-hmm. So that's your favorite part of the whole day is when you wake up and give me a hug?
Yeah.
Oh, how sweet. That's my favorite part of the day too. Who knew? We both had the favorite part of the day. Well, that is one of the sweetest things is every morning, Maddie wakes up, she comes down, let's get the rest of that peanut butter in there just so we don't skip any of it. She wakes up and she gives me first thing, her and her dad, a hug. And we're usually up before Maddie. We usually purposely do that. We wake up really early. You wanna give that a stir?
Yeah.
So that we can kind of have our own time of just quiet, that we're reading the Bible, especially and praying. Because once your kids get up, if you have kids, you know the day just gets busy and it gets a little bit louder once all the kids are up. So that's our favorite thing to do, Sean and I, is to wake up, set our alarms first thing in the morning and get up and just have that quiet time. And then it's so nice to be greeted with a hug in the morning. And then Maddie, I usually do love the fact that these balls are already ready to go in our fridge because I'll just put them on a little plate or a bowl for the kids when they wake up. And so it's one less thing for me to do in the morning to make breakfast. Good. And then we did add the water. If you need a little bit more water just to bring it together, you can always add just a little bit at a time. Here, let me give it a stir too. Sometimes we need a little bit bigger of a stir there just to bring it all together. Here we go. Okay, so Maddie, you can go ahead and grab some of this and then you can just make it into balls. So that came together nicely once I got my hands into it, and I feel like that's really what you need sometimes is to just get your hands in there and mix it rather than using a spoon. But like I said, if it doesn't come together, you can add just a little bit more water to bring it together. Once you make it into a ball, that looks great. You can go ahead and put it on some parchment paper. And then these are just good to eat right away. So you could just eat them just as is, or you can put them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks or the freezer for up to 3 months. So what I do is I typically make a double batch and I put half in my freezer And that way I'm not making them as often. And I do that whenever I bake. I usually always double the batch and then put half in my freezer. It just saves you some mess in the kitchen and also some time. All right, well, these are looking great. Me and Maddie are gonna continue to roll these out. She's my great little helper at that. And then we're gonna pop them in the fridge and enjoy them later. My favorite sous chef is joining me in the kitchen, my husband, Sean, and we're gonna make a 30-minute taco beef bake. And I love this recipe because our entire family likes it. And Sean, you like tacos? We both like tacos, actually.
Can't go wrong with tacos.
Anytime we go on a date, we always say, what's a Mexican place that we could find to enjoy together?
Yeah.
So this is a really easy recipe. It's basically like a lasagna, but using Mexican style ingredients. For this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of ground beef, 1 small onion, 1/2 cup of salsa, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 can of refried beans, 1 can of diced green chilies, 8 corn tortilla, and 2 cups of shredded cheese. So we have some ground beef that I just put in a hot pan, and I'm gonna start breaking this up. Sean, you can start to dice up a small onion.
Am I gonna cry?
You might.
Oh God.
Now, just cut off the ends.
Okay.
And then you can kind of just dice it into tiny pieces. You can peel that outer layer and throw it in.
I've never peeled an onion. So.
Yeah, I just realized that. As I'm telling you to do this, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think you've peeled an onion. But I have confidence in you.
Okay.
So here, just kind of take the knife and get the outer layer off that way. Just careful of your fingers. Yeah.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Now you could leave the onion out, especially if you're making this for kids. I do actually leave the onion out just because, you know, my kids can detect any little thing with onions. So typically I do leave it out, but it does add more flavor when you do add the onion. And then I have diced green chilies, which are very mild, but you could leave those out as well. So just think about who you're cooking for. And if there's ever an ingredient that you need to leave out because someone doesn't like it, 90% of the time when you're cooking, you can totally leave out an ingredient and it will still turn out great. When it comes to baking, it's harder to leave things out because it really is more of a science and the recipe really won't turn out if you kind of nix the eggs or the milk and you don't replace it with something else. Good.
That's Julianne.
And you don't even need the whole onion. We can just use a little bit. So half of the onion is totally fine.
Okay.
Yep. And then just kind of cut it the other way. So kind of stack it.
Okay.
Yep, this is good. This is the people at home that don't know how to dice an onion are going to be learning from you. So this is good. And then kind of just turn it. turn it the other way, yep. And then kind of just turn those pieces the other way to dice it. Now I'm going to add my seasonings to the pan. I'm going to do some salt. So basically you could also use a packet of taco seasoning for all these seasonings to kind of replace them. The only thing about taco seasoning is I would definitely look for organic just to make sure that there's not as many preservatives and whatnot.
How's this look?
That's perfect. So you can add that to the pan. You can add the seasonings, the onion, the diced green chili to the pan, and then also the refried beans. Do you want to kind of scoop those in?
The whole thing?
Yep.
I'm gonna like. It's not coming out easy.
You can kind of break it into chunks, like as you go.
It's like scooping ice cream.
I love cooking with you. You're my favorite person to
There's
cook
always
with.
an unexpected turn somewhere.
So we're gonna warm up these refried beans and it's gonna start to kind of blend together with the beef, and that's what you want. And those diced green chilies and the onions will saute and they will add so much flavor. So Sean, let's talk about our family dynamics.
Oh.
Now that we've moved here to Tennessee, it's changed a lot over the years, hasn't it?
It really has.
You started a new business.
Yeah.
We had another baby
Yeah.
before we moved to Tennessee, but now that he's 2, he's really become a part of our family, hasn't he? We always
He
say
requires special attention.
we always say that Ollie's is such a character. He's a character.
He's a cheese ball.
He is quite different from Maddie in so many ways, just like it is with most siblings, how you just see that they're so different even though they come from the same family.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind. I'm like, we raised him the exact same way and he's so different. But he's such a character, so he adds a lot of joy, a lot of laughter to our family. But it has not always been easy since we moved here, and just as our family has evolved and changed, because we really are spinning a lot of plates. That's what you always say.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So how do you feel like we're doing it? Like, what is the best keys to managing all that we're managing? Even though we aren't quite managing it perfect,
Yeah.
we're growing it over time in learning.
You know, obviously the biggest thing is spending time with the Lord first thing in the morning keeps your priorities in the right place.
Yes.
If you don't do that, everything's going to be out of whack. But
Yes.
I would say yes, we don't do it perfectly, but trying to maintain work-life balance is definitely very important.
And something that we are constantly working on.
Yeah, we have to make a lot more effort to talk and be, communicative to each other.
Yeah.
Just because when I worked from home, we had a lot of conversations with each other. It was a lot easier, just because we were both home together all day. And now I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then when I get home, we take care of the kids, and then we put them down, and then we're like, ugh,
Yeah.
the day's done. Let's just
Let's
not
just go
talk.
to bed. Let's just go to bed.
Yeah, let's just go to bed.
Yeah.
So we just have to make a more concerted effort to do that. But
Yeah. And I would say the hardest part right now in this season of life with 2 businesses and little kids is communication.
for sure,
Sometimes,
we have to plan it out.
yes, because we want to make sure that we're really talking as a family at dinner, which is a really good thing. We spend time just asking each other questions and just very lighthearted questions and things like that. And then, it doesn't leave a lot of quiet time to have serious conversations with each other. So we really try and fit those in wherever we can. So go ahead and add the corn tortillas to the bottom of this baking pan.
Okay.
Just until
overlapping?
till it's pretty much covered. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would say maybe 6 would do well.
Okay.
And then we'll add half of the layer of the ground beef. And you can see how I added some salsa as well. Everything kind of just melted together nicely. Now we're gonna top half of the cheese
Okay.
over this beef layer.
That's a Sean task right there.
Okay,
That's an easy
okay,
one.
okay. We'll give that to you next time. Okay, so now we're gonna add the next layer of corn tortillas. Again, just about 6 or just enough to fill the pan. Because again, this is kind of like a Mexican style lasagna. And what I love about it is it's just so easy. I mean, cooking the ground beef layer probably took 5 to 10 minutes max. And then you just layer things in, pop it in the oven, you're good to go. We're gonna bake this 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes, just so the cheese is nice and melted and bubbly. It is gonna be absolutely delicious.
Can't wait.
Coming up next, my go-to meal for a cozy date night at home. Chicken Alfredo with a perfectly seasoned chicken tender. Okay, so Sean and I are gonna make one of our favorite dinners for us, as well as the kids like it, but I would say this is probably your favorite dinner. It's gonna be a chicken Alfredo.
Perfect.
Yep.
Anything with pasta.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do make pasta a lot in our family because it's a good side. So this is something that combines the protein with the pasta all in one dish, and it's so easy to make. For this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of chicken, 1/2 tablespoon of oil, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. For the Alfredo, you'll need 1 tablespoon of garlic, 2 tablespoons of oat flour, 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and 8 ounces of fettuccine pasta. So for the chicken, you're gonna add all the chicken to some seasonings and some oil in a bowl and just toss it together so it's well coated. And then we're gonna just bake it on a roasting pan for about 15 minutes, really high heat, so about 425 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, just so the chicken is cooked through. And meanwhile, I'm gonna make the Alfredo sauce. So go ahead and do that, and I'll make the sauce. So for the sauce, it's really easy to make a cheese sauce. A lot of people think this is so complicated, I'm just gonna buy Alfredo sauce. But the problem with Alfredo sauce is I have yet to find one that has really clean ingredients or is just really simple and not a bunch of additives. So I just make my own. I start with some oat flour in the bottom of a pan that I did heat up and coat with oil. And you'll just wanna cook the oat flour for just about a minute, just to kind of cook it off so that it's just lightly toasted. Then I'm gonna add some milk of choice. A lot of times they say on my recipes that you should use almond milk, and that's just because a lot of people have dairy allergies, but you can really use any milk for any of the recipes. So we're gonna just kind of whisk it until that oat flour starts to dissolve. You can see it's starting to kind of break down and dissolve. Then we're gonna add our chicken broth. So you just wanna keep whisking until this heats up, and then all the oat flour will completely dissolve once it heats up. So now you can see that the oat flour is pretty much dissolved and it's bubbling. That's what you want. And then we're gonna go ahead and stir in the Parmesan cheese. Our favorite time of day, I think, is dinner time. Am I right? Both of us?
We all make it a priority to sit down and have a conversation.
And I will say too that we do make it very purposeful to have date nights, don't we?
Yes.
So we try to do that. Yes, we do try to go on dates at least once a month.
Which is, come on.
But it's something. A lot of people will hear that and think, wow, that's like actually a lot.
Once a week.
So I think once a month is good, but we try and make that a priority.
Yeah.
So once you add the Parmesan cheese, the sauce will start to thicken a little bit. So I'm gonna add the noodles that I already cooked. Woo! Taking on the nice shape of the container there. So my favorite date night is definitely something where we get to just spend time talking. So going out to dinner is my favorite just because we get to enjoy undivided talking time. That's important for women. What would you say yours is?
Well, we've been together a long time, so I feel like we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
So we typically always.
I thought you were gonna say, so we've talked enough.
That too.
Over the years, we're done.
We liked going to movies.
Yes.
But we're very picky on what we go see.
Yes,
so it hasn't
we
been
are.
a lot of options. But
dinner,
movie, ice cream. That's my ideal date, I guess.
Yeah.
Walk, but we never get to.
Yes, and we like to get pizza, Mexican food.
Italians.
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah. So that's with pizza.
American.
You like American food. Me,
She
not
doesn't
so
like
much. Here's the problem with American food. I like to get salads at traditional like bars and grills, right? Like the American food places, right? But the problem with that is every salad I could make better at home.
Yeah, and I say that
Hands
whenever
down.
I see your salad
Hands
at
down.
home, I'm always like, that actually looks really good, really appetizing.
Yes, so it makes it hard for me to justify eating out. But this looks so good.
Yeah.
The sauce thickened. I add the pasta. You can top it with some more Parmesan cheese. Definitely do that because it just adds to it. And then we're gonna top it with our cooked chicken and it will be just mouth-watering delicious. Coming up next, my kids' favorite 5-ingredient cutout sugar cookies. The perfect kitchen activity for little hands that love cookies and sprinkles. All right, now I'm with my absolute 2 favorite baking buddies. And can you say hi, Ollie? Can you say hi?
Louder. Hi.
Very good. And they're gonna be helping me to make some cutout sugar cookies. Now, these sugar cookies are much different than the traditional because we just have a few simple real food ingredients that are much healthier for you. And we're not even adding sugar. We're just adding some honey to sweeten these. For this recipe, you'll need 2½ cups of oat flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of honey, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So we have some oat flour in the bowl. Maddie, can you add the honey, please?
Yes.
And Ollie, I'm gonna have you add the next thing, okay? All right, very good. We're gonna scrape that out. Hang on, Ollie. Mommy's gonna tell you what to add next, okay?
The bees
Ollie's turn
made
next.
the honey.
That's right. Okay, you can put that in the sink, please. Okay, Ollie, now you get to add the coconut oil. Can you pick this up and add it? Very good. So coconut oil, honey, and then Maddie, can you add a little squirt of the vanilla?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And me too.
And then Ollie gets to add some salt. Can you add the salt?
The soap.
There you go. Good job. And Ollie gets to add the baking powder. Good job. Okay, good. And then Maddie gets to add some, well, let's add the sprinkles on the top actually. That'll turn out really pretty. So go ahead and give that a stir. And I love making these with the kids because it's so easy. You just stir together the ingredients, roll it into a ball, and then we're gonna roll it out. And the best part is adding the sprinkles on top means you don't even need frosting for these sugar cookies. I do have some dye-free sprinkles, so it's really easy to find these days and much better ingredients. Of course, any kind of sprinkles will work. I just like to find dye-free if I can. Okay, that's pretty good, Maddie. All right, Ollie, you wanna give it a stir? Okay, you give it a stir. Give it a stir, there you go. Good job, very good. Okay, now Mommy is gonna get in there with her hands. We're all done with this, so we'll move this over here, okay? And I do like to get in there with my hands whenever I'm doing anything with dough, just because I feel like it comes together so much easier if you use your hands. So you're just gonna kind of mix it until everything comes together. And we just recently made these for Maddie's school, which is a nut-free school. So it's nice too, because this is a nut-free recipe. So if you wanna make something for your kids' lunch boxes and you have a nut-free school, this is a perfect option. You have these for your lunch box all the time, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You wanna go ahead and kind of roll this out, Ollie, with me? Okay, got the rolling pin all ready to go. Okay. Give that a roll.
Really?
Good job.
Really?
All right. Mommy can help you too.
Can I do the sprinkles?
Now Mommy's turn.
I'm
Mommy's
doing sprinkles.
Yeah, we gotta cut them out first. Okay? And then both of you get to do some sprinkles.
Yay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, can you get the cookie cutters, Ollie?
Get those things. Get the hearts. I get that.
Okay. Now,
Oh, okay.
you each can take turns. Yep, you can both do some hearts on there. Good job.
You can do it right here.
Go ahead and get those on the sheet tray. Cut one down there. Good job, Ollie.
Cookie.
Okay, yeah. You work in that cookie cutter. Okay, you got a little one?
I got
Okay,
it.
let's see. Perfect. That looks great. Okay, now we can put it on the pan, okay? Okay, wow, we got like 8 hearts in one on there, don't we? Could do one up here, Ollie. Do one right there.
I got only 2.
There you go. Perfect, put it up here. Okay, good job. And you don't want to put them too close together or else they're gonna bake together. And they're gonna be one big blob heart. All right, now we get to smush it up and start over. We're gonna roll it up and make some more.
You can't have all this.
We're gonna do some sprinkles once we got a few more hearts on here, okay?
Eat them. Don't eat them.
Don't eat them.
Do not eat them. Okay?
Okay. That looks good. All right, Ollie, you ready? Okay, pick them up in your hands. Remember, you pinch the sprinkles, okay? And you can see how easy these were to make. I mean, literally a 2-year-old can make them with you. So So easy. You can feel so good about serving these to your kids because they're made with really nutritious ingredients, and my kids absolutely devour these. In fact, real sugar cookies with butter and sugar, they don't miss it at all because these definitely are just as delicious.
Yep.
Ollie's definitely coating his with sprinkles. Wow, Ollie. Good job.
Hello?
Those look good. Maddie's making a little design, making some eyeballs. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, wow. All right, and when the kids are done putting sprinkles on these, we'll bake them 350 degrees for 7 to 10 minutes, just until they're set. Well, if you're anything like me, a busy mom trying to feed your family, or you just have a hard time figuring out what to make for dinner, I hope that our family's go-tos inspired you, what you can make for your family this coming week. If you'd like these recipes, you can head over to dashingdish.com where you'll find recipes and more to nourish your body and soul. All right, so me and
Sorry.
don't be picking your whiskers. Rob's gonna add that for sure.